Florida's leading in helping the Trump administration to enforce against illegal immigration. We have thousands of arrests taking place in the state, so jails are filling up. We're going to need some new detention sites. We're looking at a few options, but I think this one is ideal for several reasons. It's got an 11,000-foot runway, which makes it easy for large planes to come in and out. It's got a 30-square-mile radius old abandoned airport that's already there, no longer in use by the public. Presents a great opportunity with a perimeter essentially already established by nature. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on the perimeter because once you're there, there's nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
And elaborate more on that. When you say that you don't have to invest a lot in building this facility, and you also said on X, to your point just now, if people get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't sound like their safety and well-being is a top concern for you here.
Well, I think the point is that you can't really escape given this location. Mother Nature won't allow it. Similar to an island here, you've got an island surrounded by the Everglades. So, of course, there will be, some limited infrastructure. There will be a perimeter put in place. The National Guard is on call to assist as needed. And we're going to do everything we can to help the federal government get more bed space and ultimately enforce federal law.
What response are you getting, so far from Governor Ron DeSantis, other state officials who would be the ones to really help you bring this to fruition, and also Floridians? What are they telling you?
Response has been positive. Floridians showed up last November with an overwhelming mandate to secure the border and enforce rule of law in the country. On Florida, we are doing that. We were the first state to have all of our state law enforcement and county sheriffs certified under 287G, the federal delegated authority to help ICE, help Homeland Security, to detain, deport, and deliver for the American people.
Let me switch gears with you just while I have you. You're making headlines for another immigration fight right now. A federal judge held you in civil contempt, claiming that you violated her partial block on a new Florida immigration law that makes it a misdemeanor to even enter or re-enter the state of Florida if you're here illegally. You wrote law enforcement agencies saying, I can't stop you from enforcing this, but you say that was not you violating her order. What's your response this morning?
Yes, the judge wanted me to direct state law enforcement to stand down on enforcing a new state immigration law. None of these law enforcement agencies were a party to the case. And the first day of law school, you learned that the judge's jurisdiction is limited to parties before the court. So I took an oath to the Constitution, to rule of law. I stand by that oath. And if being held in contempt is a price to pay for standing on principle in the law, it is a price I'm willing to pay. But given the federal government's delegated authority to us under federal law, we're able to continue assisting the Trump administration with every resource we have to carry out immigration enforcement.
Do you worry about the precedent that might send for other, say, Democratic attorney generals who don't want to listen to judges' orders?
I don't worry about the precedent here because we're seeing judges across the country that are not following the law. They want to push policy. They want to push their own legislative ideas. That is not the role of the judiciary. Our founding fathers would be rolling in their graves to see what's happening. And I think at the end of the day, we have to follow the law. Judges aren't the only ones that take oaths. We as law enforcement officials, we take oaths to uphold and defend the law as well. So I'm excited to see the Trump administration pushing back a little bit where district judges in, the middle of California want to push a ruling and bind the entire country to infringe upon executive powers and other authorities that are not appropriate. So I will follow the law. That is my oath, and I'm happy to help the Trump administration deliver on their agenda.
And also, while I still have your ear, you also recently called for the deportation of Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar over her criticism of President Trump's military parade, response to the Los Angeles riots. Do you still stand by that, given growing concerns over lawmakers' security?
What I'll say is this. You have leaders in this country that are attacking our country. They're fighting with the principles upon which America was founded. If that's going to happen, you don't have to stay here. You can go home. You can leave this country if you hate it so much. But I'll tell you this, as you see these leftist radical members of Congress running to immigration, ICE facilities, trying to obstruct justice, they're not going to be able to get to the middle of the Everglades. I'll tell you that. So if they want to try to get down there, we welcome them.
To Alligator Alcatraz. Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier, thank you for your time, sir, this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.